Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Let's go. Hope you're having a wonderful time. Shout out to YouTube and Google. 100,000 subscribers, baby. Thank you to everybody. Really appreciate it, man. We got the plaque in the mail last night. Just super excited. Thank you so much. Just had to bring that up. Let's break down BTC. Let's see what I see happening for the day. There's my Labrador right over here. Well, let's see what I see happening for the day, or for the night for Bitcoin. And yeah, what's going down? Am I going to make a trade? Am I doing something? The guy that's made many a trade many times and pulled off some big wins. Can he do it again, folks? Can the Crypto Lifer do it again? Shout out to the 20 memberships given. You didn't have to give, but you did. That's absolutely insane. That's very nice of you, sending 20 memberships. Shout out to Ape, a new name. I haven't seen Ape. That's a new name, man. God bless you, brother. I love seeing new people get down, especially someone, and maybe you've probably been around a long time. I just don't remember the word just Ape. But you're probably like, dude, I've been around all the time, Sam. Sorry if I'm like, but man, bless you. This is the coolest thing ever to start the stream off with 20 memberships. You're the best. All right, 115,950 for Bitcoin. Let's get a sip of lemon sparkling water here. It's a little nauseous as the show began. I don't know what was going on. Had the bubble guts in the boat at the end of the day today. It was, you know how that is, man. Anyway, so we talked about this flag earlier today. If you watched like about 8 hours, what was it? Yeah, that was a long, about 12 hours ago. 1, 2, 3, right around somewhere here. And I talked about flagging this out and getting into a long because it looked like the 4 hour was going to break to the upside once it got closer to the 200, the 21-day moving average, above the 200. And that's just a go-to signal of mine. We're going to delete it all and show you why. But I mean, you're above the 200. You're coming back to the 21-day moving average. You have a golden cross coming. It just looks like this is going to explode to the upside over time. And I could be wrong. Maybe it takes a nasty right shoulder and takes a dump and we end up down here. Who knows? I'm not guaranteeing anything, but it's starting to look pretty dang bullish to me for Bitcoin. Let's look at our daily close. Let's talk about the weekly. Let's have some fun. Let's do what we do every single day here on the channel and break down Bitcoin. And we've done it already this morning. And we're going to do it again tonight here on the channel. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live for jumping on in and being awesome lifers. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank you so much for your constant dedication, love, and support. Without you, there'd be no show. And I know that. So you are number one. I am number two. I don't want to be number two. It didn't sound right. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what I mean? You guys are first. And then we come with the show. But anyway, without you guys, there is no show. So shout out to everybody here. Let's take a look at the weekly time frame and see what's happening. The weekly looks good. I like to just kind of open up and look at the daily too. So the daily, it opened at $116,029.41. The high was $116,298.78. It closed. The low was $115,127.27, and the candle would close at $115,918.29, down $111.13. Really a nothing burger for Bitcoin on the entire day. It went down $11. To me, after three white soldiers and a lot of bullishness and just continuation, to have the only red candle lose $111 to me is bullish for Bitcoin, considering that this next candle will turn green. Tomorrow night on the weekly close, I wouldn't be surprised if we flood up to the resistance at 117, and we might even close above it for some bigger moves to the upside. This shoulder, head, and right shoulder absolutely played out on the daily. We projected it from here. We called the bottom down here. You'd still be in the gains if you got in there. Unbelievable. Insane to hold that long, but unbelievable call there on the show if you got in. Who here got in on the bottom? Who here saw me call that bottom? Who here was part of the group when I did call the bottom? Anybody? Because I want to make sure people actually made gains. Anyone still holding the trade from the bottom? Let me know. Let me know. And I got to get that herb compound. Ooh. Ooh. That's just like eucalyptus. Opens up the nozzle passage. You know what I mean? The nozzles. Get your nozzle open there. Thank you, Sir Sammy, for being here every day. I saw 333, so I closed up 25% of my longs at 88% up. Sent that liquidation price way down. There you go, man. God bless you, brother. There you go. You got to do what you got to do that makes you happy, man. You got to figure out the risk. Paid the trader. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the house. Shout out to Crypto Plumber. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. So it looks like this daily candle may continue up. Tomorrow, we could see a massive green candle, right? We are getting further and further away from the 21 on the daily, but the last time here, we got a huge move from the 21 before we had to come back. So maybe we get a bigger push and then we slowly come back here somewhere above resistance. All right. Thanks for all you do, Lifer. Can we check React Coin on the daily? We'll take a look at that Joker NYC. He wants to go over React Coin. REACT. Thank you so much, Joker _ NYC. You're the best, man. God bless you. So let's whittle our way backwards from the weekly. Weekly still looks good. Nothing has changed, right? We talk about the rising wedge breaking to the upside. I talk about it has to break back inside, but the monthly says it's still inside of a falling wedge. But to me, it's got to break back inside the wedge, technically, to remain bullish. Could still bearishly retest it. Could still do a shoulder ahead and make some type of right shoulder here and dump to the downside. Let me show you what I'm saying. And but we might see, this could happen. It's not like 100% we're going to the upside. I mean, I'm on the train. I got my altcoins packed. I'm ready to, you have to speculate that there's going to be that big of a move. I'd rather lose, and miss out on life-changing wealth and say, oh, well, than not be stacked. You see what I'm saying? That's just the choice I made. You have to make your decision. Like, you have to say, what can I handle? I'm like, all right, I can handle all going to zero and losing $500,000. I'm all right. It is what it is. But I'm not going to miss out on making millions of dollars off of $500,000. You see what I'm saying? So I'm willing to piss it all away to make it happen. And you got to ask yourself if you're ready for that commitment. See, I don't care about money. I know that my hustle will eventually bring more money. I don't have to stress. I'm going to work my butt off. I work 7 days a week for years on end now. It's very likely for the next 4 years, I'm going to work 7 days a week. So it's very likely I'm going to be in the top tax bracket. It's very likely I'm going to keep pushing myself. This is an obvious statement. As long as I stay healthy, stay around the right people, right? May God keeps me blessed and we keep going our way. So once you have work ethic, everybody, you don't have to stress it. There's no fear. What are you stressed about? It's going to come your way. You're going to make it. No matter what industry you're in, you're going to stick your head out above the water more than everybody else. You're going to make it happen because you're there so much more. You outwork the herd. Once you get your work ethic in line, you don't have to stress anything else. People that are worried about money just really don't have a work ethic. That's really what it means. When they're stressed about money, they don't know how to work. They don't have discipline. Someone that's disciplined is rarely stressed about money. I'll tell you that right now. So the weekly looks good to me. This close is going to be absolutely amazing in 24 hours. Tomorrow night, we get if it just sits flat all day tomorrow, and this is all we get, I'll be so happy. As long as we close above 114,005, that's it. That's all that matters. It would be great if we get a huge push and we close above 117, 118K. How amazing would that be? Looks like it's possible. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't put it past this camera to get one more big pump and then come back down. Well, you can clearly see it's above this resistance, right? Previous bounce becomes where you previously had support. That becomes resistance. We're above it. The next area we have to tackle is 117 and then new all-time high. It's like so insane, right? And then you crack right through. So we're basically there. I mean, it's so close. Anything is possible. I'm open-minded. That right shoulder could loom. That's our only scary thing, or bearish thing we got to really be somewhat concerned about. Trust the suit. Yeah, exactly. Thus the true secret. No fear. You always know the ending. Exactly. You always know the ending. It takes the question out of it. Hardest worker gets the bang. Gets the worm. You don't have to stress it. I took a break. Great to be here today. Looks like Trust has a new UX design. Portfolio looking good. Hope you are well. God bless you, King of Kings. Hey, it's good to take a break, but welcome back, and I'm happy you came back to me, man. My goal is to be in the higher tax bracket than I end up paying most people's yearly salaries and taxes. 100%. 100%. You're paying $500,000 in taxes a year or more. You know what I mean? You pay in taxes what would be dream-like for someone to make a year. You pay in taxes. There you go, death and taxes. Inspired by your vibe, been DCAing for years due to a friend of mine who took your ideas. Just joined the trading group and have learned so much, and I'm looking forward to learning more. Thank you. God bless Jake Pekogna. Thank you, man. God bless you, man. Reliable J in the house. Mr. Ethereum, crypto weirdo. Rave song records holding me down. And let's take a look here at that 5-day chart. It just closed a beautifully bullish engulfing candle. Look for this next candle to just rip and close in 10 days. Big. The daily I'm keen on, and I wouldn't be surprised if this thing flips, but you never know. We could have a dump. We'll see. We'll watch the smaller time frames now. 12-hour above the 200. The 21 needs to come off. We could go sideways for a little while. Same here with the 12. Same here on the 8-hour time frame, right? Really, if you want to stay bullish, you're just looking for the 8-hour to stay above the 200. That's all you need. If the 8-hour stays above the 200 moving average and the 21 crosses, this thing is going to become a beautiful pump to the upside. That's all that matters. 4-hour time frame, very similar idea. So, like, I'm kind of looking at this on the 4-hour now. This makes a little more sense, too. It will take a little longer to speculate and for it to actually play out over time. So this is what we're looking for right here. Bitcoin in the 4-hour time frame. How many people we got here on the stream? Who's jumping on in? We got 641 beautiful souls here on a Saturday night. God bless everybody. Reliable J in the house. Crypto Billy, Mr. McGraw, Victor Navarro, and all my awesome people, man. Saturday night has been hard. We've run a Saturday night stream for years now. Years. And you think, and even the bull run, it gets crazy. There will be, there's been a couple Saturday night streams that have had 2,000, 3,000 people, but they were few and far between, right? Most people, they're out with their families. They're hanging out. They're not going to be on the screen Saturday at 8 p.m. It's just not going to happen, right? Or they're watching something, college football or something else. Shout out to Vegas Claw. You grow, I grow in the house. Samuel Imbriaco. Domino Straight, my man. Are you a fury? What's a furry? Are you a furry? I don't know what that means. Does anyone know if we sell crypto to USDC at a taxable or until we withdraw? You got to figure that out for yourself, man. I've been watching here, bro, through my TV, so it's hard to comment. Love you guys. God bless you, man. Nothing's hard, man. Just whip out your phone. You got this. You can do it, Jamal. I believe in you. I know you have a phone. Nothing's hard, Jamal. Nothing's hard. You know that. Things are difficult, but nothing's hard. At least the series. Yeah, let's all hit the like button together right now. Thank you. It'll be pretty awesome. I canceled date night for this. I'm so sorry. So we're looking for the 4-hour not to make a treacherous right shoulder here. That could take us somewhere maybe back to retest 114. We want to see this come up, make it tight, 8 hours from now, which is tomorrow morning, and then we're just on to the races. So getting in right now with a stop below the 200 moving average, you see what I'm saying, or the support and resistance flip there, and going for the $122,000 level there, this makes sense to me. Like, I see no reason why that's not possible. It's high risk to enter right now, but it is creating a possible opportunity where you may never get it again. So it's in between a rock and a hard place there when it comes to that trade. I'd wait just for it to consolidate a little more and miss out on the lower price, but it is what it is. We take a look here at Bookmap. Let's take a look at what's happening to the Bookmap. And wow, Bookmap now has deep red below us to 114,500. So it's suggesting that it takes a bit of a dump. It is starting to get red at 122, and there's a lot of liquidity up here too as well. So, but the lowest one we're looking at there is about 114,005. That's what I'm looking at right there. Right. Crypto Fish in the house over here. Mr. Ethereum in the house. Kyle Cox. I think Cardano's going to rip after midnight launch. AVT on base. Going nuts all day. Thank you. So yeah, at the end of the day, the most liquidity is right there below us at about 114,800. So it's telling us that we might see a bit of a move here somewhere to the downside. All right. 114.8 isn't that bad. It's somewhere in this mix. We just want to see this consolidate. And then tomorrow morning, look at that and see it. As long as we stay above the 200 moving average, I'm bullish. So I'm overall bullish on Bitcoin. Sam, this may sound crazy, but my dog passed away a few years ago, and I swear I've just seen him on our couch. It can happen, man. You know what I mean? It can happen. But maybe you just wanted to see him. You know what I mean? Like, I've never seen anything like that, even though I've been so connected to the spiritual realm and I believe so much and I wanted to see things. And I've begged to see spirits in the middle of the night. I've woken up at 3 a.m, walked to cemeteries and begged to see spirits. Like, I've gone to the scariest places in the middle of the night. I've gone into the woods by myself and cried for ghosts and never got them. I never got them. So it's weird, man. I've purposely gone into the scariest places late into the depths of the night and begged for ghosts. I did play with the Ouija board a couple times, and I had some creepy experiences with it. I will remember that. Yeah. But besides that, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure, I know that I believe in paranormal, but I don't know. I believe in aliens more than I believe in, like, I don't even know, man. I don't want to say anything because people get crazy when I say stuff. I just wanted to say thank you for your kindness, Kurt. God bless you, Kurt. God bless you anytime, man. Thank you. Is that the real Birkin here? Yeah, that's GF Burke, man. That's Burkazoids right there. That's my man. A short impact phrase designed to inspire and encourage people to take action or maintain a positive outlook. Yeah. What would that be? Doing damage, you know? Yeah. Come visit Casagdanga, Florida, 5 minutes away from Devil Chair. Sounds a bit scary. I don't know if I want to get there. 119 million liquidations at 114K. Just saying. Interesting. I mean, and just right down there to 114,000. So they might just scoop down there and grab the liquidations real fast. Same here, Sammy. It was sad after I lost my mom. One night I called the gin out loud, swore, and they weren't real all along, but I did some of them. Nothing happened. Looked like a fun day out there on the water. It was unbelievable. Yeah, good day on the water. Yeah, a friend of ours takes us out all the time. Just we don't really have to think much about it. It's unbelievable. Super simple and easy. Hello, Mr. Sammy. What would you say a 17-year-old like me who struggles to keep it pushing? Also, can you look at TRX, Jaded from Lifer Discord? Jaded, I see you up and down in the group, but you put in a lot of work, man. Listen, you're 17. You're expecting so much more out of what you got. And I'm not saying you can't be amazing at 18, 17, 19, 20 years old. I can't, but think about where you're going to be in 3 years from now. Just 6 years ago, I began this journey with my channel and started to perfect the art of being here every single day and the discipline and all that. And now where I am now. So just think where you'll be in 6 years. You'll only be 23. You know, when you're young, you want it so fast and you get frustrated when you don't get it. So you feel like a failure. Young people put themselves down for no reason. You got your whole life, man. My advice, my life advice to you, nothing to do with technical analysis, but my life advice, if I were to give any, is to take a deep breath, man. And I'm not saying take your foot off the pedal, and I'm not saying don't make it happen. I'm not saying keep pushing and be super ambitious. Like, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, at your young age, you're demanding to see so many more results than you're going to see. Young people think it's easy, in your mind, you're just not trained yet. You don't understand the world is way harder than you thought it was. And so just take a deep breath and realize it will come to you if you desire it. Start listening to Jim Rohn, man. Start playing Jim Rohn. He'll set you straight. Like, you won't have these feelings. You won't have the doubt. You'll begin to believe in yourself. Work out and listen to Jim Rohn. Come back to me in 4 weeks. And if you worked out and listened to Jim Rohn at least 5 out of 7 days a week, you're going to be in a pretty good spot, man. Yeah. I've seen my father in my sleep more than a dream. So comforting. Amen. Amen. Focus on yourself and build. My mom is old and she says she sees dead people's faces so clear in her mind. Never understood her until now that I got older. Interesting. Yeah. Slow and steady growth. Yeah. 17 in crypto is a win. 100%, right? He's 17 in crypto. He's already winning. Like, it isn't even. So, yeah, I like this move for Bitcoin here. And honestly, I think could be advantageous to snatch a bit of a long. Like right there, stop loss somewhere deep below 113,750. Yeah. I agree. Work out and listen to Jim Rohn every day. If that doesn't help you in 2 months, then something's wrong. Yeah. He's going to tell you, and in a flash, time moves on. It really does, right? Next thing you know, you'll be where you want to be. So yeah, just stop worrying that you didn't get where you were supposed to be and start just being in love with the moment, number one. Fall in love with the moment, work out, and listen to Jim Rohn. I'm telling you right now, those 3 things, stay in the present. All right. Jay Soul says, I listen to Jim Rohn every day after I do my morning Bible reading. Sammy, Sunday night looks pretty for Biddy. It does. It looks like Sunday night could turn into a pretty good night for Bitcoin. I agree. I'm going to listen to Jim Rohn after your stream. It's unbelievable. It'll blow your mind. It'll be the best thing you ever did. He teaches you how to have a solid routine. He teaches you that you have to have a goal and a clear, defined goal to get somewhere. Not just I'm going to make money. How much? I want to be a millionaire by 2027. I want to make 10 million by 2030. You know what I mean? Write down a goal. Make it real. How you gonna go? And then write down the steps to achieve that goal. How are you gonna achieve the first? What's the steps to achieve the goal? Write the 10 down. Then take the first step. What's the first steps to achieve the first step? Write those down. And then begin. It's a really simple task, but people just don't get it. You know? But there has to be some real idea there. There has to be something tangible that you can touch, see, feel, and taste, and believe in. Otherwise, it's just a belief in your mind. It's never going to come real, right? Another thing, why do many people visualize as they could be as small as ants or even microscopic? Hey, you never know. Looks like it's a stair stepping up, Sam. It does, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3 on the way. And we're above the 200 moving average, 21 coming into play. Things just look nice here for bitty Bitcoin, right? Still got that Ethereum trade open. It is cooking slowly, but surely. So we got 2 trades open here. One for Bitcoin, and this is on weeks. So we got, I don't know why I'm highlighting everything. So one for Bitcoin up 3%, 3.99. It's up 250. It's a $387,000. It's a pretty big trade. We'll see what happens there. Could get pounded. And then there's 172, just a long ETH trade I've been in for a long time. We'd have to hold the 200 moving average here on the 5-minute time frame. All right. Again, if you didn't make big gains, you don't know your risk. Like, that's why I'm always like, I want to push people to make the same trade I made, you know, but I also want to be transparent. I'm always caught in between that because I don't want to force people to do stuff. You got to have your own plan, your own thought process. I like Cardano here. It might come back down for a little bit of a fake right shoulder and then rip, right? Or it could rip out of here and retest, which would be even better. But Cardano looking bullish. I see it headed to $2 in the following month. Someone says XLM is about to explode. Maybe it is. You know, I like what you're saying here because if you look at the daily's in a bull flag. Moving averages are tight above the 200 moving average. I'd have to agree with you on that one. That thing looks very bullish. A lot of times when people say something's huge and then I look at it, I'm like, man, it's not exactly what they say. But you're probably a lifer who did your research and knows what it is. That does look pretty interesting to me. And it definitely says we could go higher. Target takes you to about, 71 cents there for Bitcoin. Maybe you could even make kind of like a right shoulder and break out. But that does look somewhat bullish to me here. Stellar Lumens. It said it's going to 71 cents. Higher than, I think, a previous high there. Not the all-time high. It looks like that was about, I think it was 80 cents, right? 80 cents. 80 and a half cents. Sammy, our existence is just so unbelievably amazing beyond comparison. 100%. SER started the daily flag breakout. Has the up only week. ICP is still lagging for my trade. Shout out to Casho. Yeah, Sweet looks nice. Say looks nice. Soul looks nice. AVAX looks nice. Stellar looks nice. It's all in the cats. Right? The money will flow where the money should go. And then they'll figure it out from there. Now, trading Saturday night is treachery. I'd open up, I don't know if I would trade smaller time frames, but even this, there's possible if you just stick your long here, even know that you may have some drawdown, and you keep your stop loss below the yellow line, the point of control as that continues up, just high likelihood you could stay inside this trade and make some serious gains. Again, I don't like to trade altcoins with leverage too much. They could be treachery for me, so I'm locked into Bitcoin, and that's all I do. Every once in a while, I will trade an altcoin, you know what I mean? If it just seems like it seems right, the proper risk is there. I mean, that'd be a 76% gain. It looks pretty nice. Let's take a look at Sand and Mana from Michael Reinhardt. Yeah, it does look like some of the gaming coins are slipping back in there. Sand finally making some headway. I saw it this morning. We meant to bring it up on stream. And you can see the Adam and Eve double bottom beginning to form too as well, which we know is just a beautiful sign here to the upside. So I love what I'm seeing. And that looks like it could get all the way up to about 41 cents before it has to stall out a little past or near this resistance here. It looks like 41 cents is very likely. I like this. This thing could plow to the upside. And technically, in my humble opinion, it already broke out. At this point, kind of like we're doing on the other forefront there, is I'm waiting for this to just kind of come back to the 21-day moving average. And when it does, boom. And then we can send this thing further to the upside. Something like that, right? At 37.81. 21 comes and boom, it gets the move. Sand. Amazing to see Sand finally getting some moves, though. I think that's pretty awesome. And Mana. These are like giant coins that basically, we're the forefront of the ecosystems. Look at Mana. And we talked about Mana going to 42 cents. There it is at 36 on a wick from 39. Just wait for it to get back to the 21 on that, on the daily time frame there. Watch it on the 4-hour. It's got a flag out of the 4-hour here. So nice pump, and looks like it's going to head to the target. Just take it its time. Flag, pump, flag, pump. Beautiful flag right there to the upside. As you can see, that would have been the uptrend, the downtrend, tight flag. Here you kind of, we don't know what could happen. Maybe it gets a miraculously push here. As a Patriot, this would be awesome, right? But we'll go from there. I'm trading smaller amounts with high. Yeah, that's what I did. I started with very small amounts. I started trading $50 for $100 over and over again. Then 100 for 300 for like a year. I did 100 for 300 trades for years, like a year and a half straight, just until I got comfortable. Then I got comfortable at the ante. Then I got some big wins, and then I started just kind of assimilating to bigger positions. But I also kept the losses as small as I could, with giving myself the opportunity to play these bigger time frames. All right. So we'll see. But right now, what I'm watching, right, whittled down for Bitcoin is this 5-minute time frame. And you can see it's clearly in what looks to me is an shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, an inverted head and shoulder. Very likely to break out at least to that resistance, which is going to be 116K. And then we'll see from there. We'll go from there. That looks like it could net me a nice, some quick gains. And at 115.858, it's only up $100. 100 is 300. So if that thing went up basically another 200 to 300, yeah, I mean that could give me $200. Another $200 would be, I'd be up basically about 750, 800. Right? Gotta zoom out sometimes. Yeah, I had to take a break from trading on the internet. I get revenge trading. My portfolio recovered well because of it. Hey, it's funny. I thought about that when he left. I was like, I wonder if he left, But I don't like link or dot. I love chain. Whatever you don't like, I do like. And not to be rude, you already said yourself that you have a horrible track record, right? You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. Like, you immediately can't just be going to the right spot in life overnight, but you can change your direction. You can begin going in a different way than you were before. Any day of the week, any night of the week, 100%. Altcoins in the red on the last hour, nothing too crazy. AMNT, Advantis was the only thing kind of up today. 72%, Mudang, YGG, Mplex, Somi, kind of the usual predators out here, right? And then green for the week, though. Not bad on the week. Not bad on the week. And we've had some fun trading altcoins. There's been opportunity for sure that there wasn't beforehand. So I like it. Look at this shoulder, head, right shoulder. Broke out right there on the 1 minute. Cracked the 200 moving average. That will come back to the 21. And that could be nice fireworks right there. Again, live trading here on MEXC. If you want to jump on into MEXC, let me knows. Let me know, Ovi. Oh, yeah, I got that one trade in this trade. Yeah, this is where I was like about to say, there's the trade. So we'll see. I'm looking for this to break out, but it could easily stop me out of Paul. Do go sideways. It is Saturday night, and I'm always very weary of Saturday night. Let me jump on into the chat here. Hit the live chat. Make sure I'm right on. Dermish, Canadian Lifer, thank you. Krunk, thank you. DJ Frodo, my man, God bless you. Dutchy in the house. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Wild Berries 234. My man. C18497. Brian Baca. The Great Crusade. Man, there's so many awesome people here. Bellico X from Down Under. No, but Bellico X, thank you for being here. Shout out to Doge and F2K5. Yeah, 9 to 5. I thought that was a good coin. We'll see what happens. Those are definitely worth looking at or keeping on the radar. I don't want to mention them though. You know what I mean? Doge just beat us down to the ground, turned into a nothing burger. It's like I speculated on the wrong one on this one. Dang. But it is, had a rounded bottom. Looks like it could possibly make that V-shaped recovery and that Adam and Eve bounce back. But so far, no so go, right? Hey, Sam, you ever use CoinM futures on MEXC to use Bitcoin to make Bitcoin 100%? I do it all the time. I think I'm doing it right now. As we speak, I have a BTC to BTC trade open right there. Bitcoin USD perpetual. That's the Bitcoin USD pair. It's using Bitcoin for more Bitcoin. That's it. And that's how it's done right there. Because once you convert, someone had 10 grand, Bitcoin was 70,000. And they just kept trading futures and they traded well. But what if they flipped it into BTC at 70 and kept trading futures? At the end of the 7-month period or 6-month period of trading futures, say they had the exact same trade as the other guy who kept it in USDT. Who would have more money? The guy who kept it in Bitcoin. Why? Because his money was also going up in value while he was trading. Instead of just trading the money, like I went in for 200, I came out for 600. What if also that day there was a bump in the money you owned? So not only do you go 200 for 600, but you actually took home 700 that day because the value of the asset went up. And that's what's happening to Bitcoin, right? So it's outpacing, so that's why a BTC pair is pretty advantageous to trade against the regular USDT pair, right? And the more you start putting things in Satoshis in your mind and not in dollars, the better off you'll be over time. Again, not a financial advice, but I believe that. How many Satoshis would that cost me, And maybe this coin comes back with a vengeance. I bought this bottom right in this leg here. Maybe it does the Adam and Eve and just absolutely rips to the upside. It would be awesome to see. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Had 30 bucks, yeah. Had 30 bucks in my account, turned it into 85 in one shot with the EMA play. I'm good for the day. Hey, stay true. I don't use the EMA play, though. I use the SMA. Yeah, I'm a pie. Oh, my gosh. Lifer for the long. Shout out to Red West Gold in the house. I love the positivity and suggestions. God bless you. Thank you. Hi-Fi about to break out into a massive leg, somebody says. Let's take a look at Hi-Fi USDT. I mean, it already kind of pumped pretty hard. See? So, you don't want to be chasing things that have absolutely just gone berserk. So, it just ripped. But the 21 didn't even come close to touching with price action. It's doing a pretty good job at a fib retracement. But that's still, it would have to come somewhere back down here to the 618, the 37, even to the blue. Right there, 23. Now, I don't love what I'm seeing on the daily, but it's away for the 21 and overbought. To me, it's cooked for now. I just keep looking for small time frames until I see some type of consolidation. Here looks interesting. It's kind of a slanted Adam and Eve, too. There's your Adam, there's your Eve. Gone, right? You think this thing might continue to roll? And it seems kind of sketchy, too. I don't know. Hi-Fi Finance getting tight on the 21-day moving average. 1 hour is pushing to the upside. It looks like there could be some more gas here. Something's going to keep me from trading it. I don't know why, but it looks like it does have more gas. That target takes it to $1.26. You're sitting at about 58 cents. All right. I see a powder ground. You in Vegas. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I bought a full rag of Sol at 12. Sold at 5.8. Lesson, I got paid. And then there's also another trade. Be patient, it pays. Tell him, Sammy, hey, you got to do what you got to do. Check Groiper. I remember when that one first came out here. Reminds me of Grouper. Eating Grouper over here. Groper 1 million mark, a huge pump and just a letdown. I don't know. I'd stay away from it. It looks interesting. I mean, I guess retraced all the way back down to its fib. You know, that's a healthy retracement. If it doesn't bounce from there, it's struggling. It's got to get a bit of bounce right now, and then yeah, there could be some action here. Ung says life says lit. Yep. How did you do the volume profile on the right side of the chart? I don't know what he means. Oh, that's it. That's the VRVP. Yeah, just go up here and type in VRVP. The volume range visual profile. And you will have the visual profile of the volume range. Yeah. Can you check? Yeah, people were talking about this coin a lot, actually. It came up on my radar, this Texit coin. I only see it on Bitmart. I don't see it anywhere else. I'm not sure what's going on there. It is ripping like they kind of said it might. But it looks artificially ripping, like very strange. It did a 10x, 37 to 370, though. It looks like it could continue to the upside. Texit coin. I mean, it is out of control, right? Sorry about the itch, honey. I forgot to tell you, I have Groiper. You guys are funny. I have the Groiper. I got it back in college. How many stake night value can you accumulate in Bitcoin is the real question. Who knows? He says, high five was on my watch list, man. I mean, look at this thing. This thing did a 10x since April. Just slowly ripped up over and over again, never stopped. It kind of like freaks me out when I see something do that. It like makes me scared, or not scared, but I have no fear, but it makes me weary. It makes me not want to trade the coin. I'm like, well, I'll get in at the top, or you know what I'm saying? But it looks like it may just consolidate again. This time, I guess I would just wait for it to consolidate and suggest that it could just do the same exact thing again and again until eventually, like, either the wheels fall off or they can't do it. I mean, why not? That thing looks like it could continue to pump. I don't know why, but hey. Sir, what are your thoughts on the next week FOMC rate decision? Do you believe Mr. Market is going to bump or dump? This is when I do get to say what I believe and speculate on. So let's take a look at what's happening. All right, that's coming at us very, very fast. We have also data coming. We're going to go over that tomorrow night and tomorrow. Right. Axie looks like a bottom. Yep. MPLXTA, please. I mean, it fell out the flag. Doesn't look a basic. So a 93% that we're going to get one cut. A 6.6% we're going to get two cuts. I believe they pivot out of nowhere and we do get the double cut. We get we get 2 basis point cuts. And people are going to be, I'm premising that's what's going to happen. And that's going to create a massive move in altcoins and liquid assets and anybody that's getting into real estate, all sorts of stuff. There's going to be money pumping in. So, but we will see. But that's the first thing that I'm going to watch. And then from there, I'll reassess the markets and we'll start to kind of see where we're at. All right. But so much is happening to basically speculate on anything else right now, I think is a waste. Fun fact, the song isn't about, I don't know. All right. Downtown, man, everything I feel, oh yeah, I don't know what they're saying. I can't keep up with the chat. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Please like and subscribe. Get us to 101,000 subscribers. I don't know how you say it. Just keep hooking it up. I appreciate it. Some people forget. You take a nap, you're like, whoa. You wake back up. You're like, what happened? No, I'm just messing with you. But hit that like button. Let's go. Wake up here on a Saturday night over here. Hey, Johnny. Sol's on a mission. Let's talk about Sol. We went over this. We told you Sol was going to break faces, take names, and kick butt. And, if I'm looking for SOL, I'm looking for here to make some type of inverted head and shoulder. Basically flag out a little bit here and then just continue to the upside. And they want SOL and they want it bad. We got the fractal for SOL. We've got the movement for SOL. In-depth analysis for SOL for sure. And that thing is just ripping to the upside exactly like it should. No problems at all. It should eventually make a flag and then continue further to the upside for Solana. And I see 299 as the target for SOL, baby. That's so it's coming. Funny, I haven't looked at SHIB in so long. It's like we forgot about the long-lost meme, Shibby. SHIB looked nice, like it could make this bounce. You could almost say that it was in the bigger cup and handle, which a lot of kids were, right? So they didn't want to miss time. It just happened the way it did. But look, you got this beautiful cup and handle. You got the inverted Adam and Eve right there. The same. I saw it around the entire internet. No one believed me. I was like, there it is, The Adam and Eve on every single thing I could see. And then we broke out, got above the 200 moving average. You're looking for the 21 to cross and touch, and then this thing could continue to move. The target for this is all the way at about, 1970? That's what I would be looking at for Shib. Mike Dutch is my brother from another. You're funny. Mike Dutch and Dutch, you guys are hilarious. I'm Sam Dutch. Rebecca Carr. I'm Sam Dutch. What do you mean? Dutchy, hey brother, you guys are funny. The Dutch brothers. The Dutch brothers over here. Have a good night, everyone. What flag did make? Yeah, we're gonna take a look. Yeah, it looked like it was gonna hold a nicer level and did not. Wow. So, and you asked about Meta. Oh yeah, no, I think you. Oh yeah, Metaplay. You were asking about this before. You're right. I'm so sorry. I'm getting confused with my ex. You know what I mean? No, yeah, this one we went over the rising wedge, breaking above the 200. Look for it to pump, make the flag, and then continue to pump. And it did exactly that, right? This thing's been on a tear, honestly, and it didn't even wait for the 21. Again, I would just keep continuing my thing, but this looks like it would come back to the 21 and then continue to pump. But good supportive resistance, nice levels. And, really nice resistance here at the 200 moving average, too, as well. So anything could happen. But that's something I would begin to speculate on happening. This 21 coming up, price going somewhat sideways, and then possibly some more out of this. Yeah. 101,000 subscribers incoming, man. God bless you. Thank you. Crypto Billy, 111. You guys are funny. Thanks, Crypto Billy, 111. 3 times continuous rate cut coming for this month, September and October and December. Big pump coming up soon worldwide. Yeah, things are going to, and how could that not keep flowing until March? You know what I mean? It's like an overall bigger ricochet effect. So it looks like it would. But you tell me, no time to tell. For sure, right? So, we are approaching a change in time where things get pretty crazy, right? And you're going to see opportunity abound. And there's, even in these times, somehow, some way, people still lose money. It's never easy. You got to push yourself to the limit. You got to watch it every day. It's not going to happen overnight. But look, the gains are coming. Like this thing was just 10 cents and now it's already 31 cents. I mean, that's a 3x right there. And you could even wait for the 200 to cross there. You still got some gains. So I'm liking what I'm seeing around the board. And you got to just continuously tell yourself you're the opportunity and that you're going to make it. Because you know what you are. Because think who's the opportunity in the next few years? It's the youth. It's whoever we have to look forward to after we're gone, right? So it's just that's what it is, right? So week's trade still up $100. Nothing too crazy. We're going to see if this flag can hold us down tonight. They wicked it right to the 200 with a bounce right back off. That's insanity. Look at that. And now they got it back in action here. Crazy. So they already kind of tested a low liquidity zone. It bounced quickly. Could we continue to hold that level? That's amazing. Altcoins continuing to do damage. I see a lot of different ideas out here in the group. Let's take a look at AVAX. That thing should be continuing to pump out the flag that we put it in. It is. We talked about making another flag. Just looks like it pumped from out of nowhere. But same idea. It's eventually come back to that 21. Everything will. Everything will over time. Every time. I know it's hard to believe unless you see it with me every time. Because if someone first told me that, but it happens like 99% fine. There might be a couple slight anomalies where it like almost touches it and it's kind of it brushes by it. But for the most part, that's spot on. All right. And I can tell you that with honesty and conviction because I've looked at it so many times in my life and it's played out as such. Right. So there's our Fed Watch tool. We kind of have that idea. Then we need our CME Forex Factory, right? And you can see what's going to be happening. And I'll just say it again. Monday, not a burger, right? We're fine. Tuesday, all right. I believe something came in on Tuesday. Hold up. Yeah, see? I remember this. We did it already. So Monday, nothing burger. Empire State Manufacturing, but in most part, nothing, right? It's Tuesday where we get the CPI month over month, medium CPI year over year, trim CPI common. Actually, no, so sorry. Right here. Core retail sales. Yeah, I was about to say, not CPI. We just have retail sales coming in on Tuesday at 8:30. Then, of course, we have the rate hike, and that's going to be crazy, right? And then Thursday, we have unemployment claims. So it's Wednesday, 8:30, rate cut, 2 p.m., and then bang, back to unemployment claims Thursday at 8:30 Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Right? So get ready for those volatile times. Like you don't want to be in a huge trade right there, open up right away and be like, oh, I didn't know I was going to get stopped out like that. It's like you can't play ignorant. You now know the deal. Now you have to trade accordingly and make sure that you're paying attention. All right. Low volume on the weekends. You can get really hurt trading altcoins. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't have it planned out, it's not something that you're going after. Be very, very careful. Okay, you want to really push yourself to trade. You do whatever you want, but I trade BTC mainly because if I'm going to trade Lev, Bitcoin has way better odds of me winning than anything in the game. All right. So because of that, that's what I do. All right. Yeah. Why waste time? All right. So AVAX looks good. Everything looks like it just needs a little bit of a pullback, which means other altcoins could too, likely could pull back as well. All right, despite how hot they could be or want to pump. Like, well, they're not in the perfect place right now. They need to reset back to that 21. They might even go sideways, make beautiful flags. It likely will look way better than this one. I'm just setting up my projection for later and starting to see it through. Another thing that's interesting is it kind of has like a shoulder, head, shoulder here. A complex inverted that could break further to the upside. So, yeah. You don't want to kind of overdo it, but that's kind of what I'm seeing tonight for BTC. Pretty good in-depth update until we come back tomorrow morning. I'm pretty happy with where we sit. Hopped in link for a short at 23, ended up a long. Funny, that's hilarious. Oh, one thing I do want to look at is Popcat, right? Whatever happened to Popcat, Keycat? Popcat, looks like it's only a matter of time. It's got that Adam and Eve, same kind of thing going on right now. Looks like it's only a matter of time. It's about to break out. I do see it back at 77 cents. I really do. If anyone else believes that, but I see it happening. Even if I didn't hold it, I mean, it looks like it could do damage over time. It just is, it is at the bottom of its barrel, though. And memes, they don't get picked up with her. Like, no one's going to be like, oh my gosh, this meme, You have to find out what it represents now, get it in, and if it's something that makes you make sense, you get in, right? Pay attention to the reversal on MyX, yeah. It's sus. 2 Vegas guys in the same room. Troubles in 3, 2. I know, right? 100%. And there's more than that. There's a couple sleeper Vegas guys, too. Yeah. Shout out to Ace Supersonic. God bless you. Shout out to Jamal. Anyone watching the Canelo versus Crawford fight after this? Yeah, man, let's do it. Go ahead, out Sammy's Friday week market update. Best weekly review out there. Yeah, check out the macro analysis video every single Friday. Please break that down. Only 2,500 people with 100,000 subs, and we get some every single week. So jump on in and watch that. It will change your mind. It'll blow your mind. It'll absolutely blow your mind. Are you bullish on Pinlink? I like Pinlink a lot. I think it's hot. It had that really nice run up when coins were actually worth looking at a while back, right? Now, this thing has to earn its stripes again, but I do like it because I know it could pump hard when it's time. It's at the bottom of its barrel, though. It's crazy, right? So you got to speculate on the lows, which has never been my forte when it comes to like my own thing. You know, it's like this, like something that I've never like loved this coin. It wasn't like my favorite. I'll buy something on the low if I believe in it, like Bitcoin, you know, the Bitcoin, all that, all day long. But like a new coin that's barely lasted a cycle. I mean, I do like the higher high, and you may be getting a steal right here, but like I'd have to do more research for myself to feel comfortable about it. And to me, it's just way too high risk. Again, you'll do what you want. And, you know, let's go over some. Is there any bullishness here? Look go to the 4 hour or the 8 hour. You just got, if anything, I do like when the 21 and the 200 get close. It tells me that this is likely going to get moved on out and go to the supreme, you know, just go to the right set. You know, once it moves on out of here, it gets above the 200, boom. It's going to pull that 21-day moving average with it. And then sayonara, man. We're gone off to the races to the upside, right? So, lackluster day for trading Bitcoin. Was it amazing? We didn't get a pump or anything. Kind of went sideways for most of the day. Bitcoin even struggling to hold some key levels at 115,800. What's the most bearish scenario for Bitcoin? What if it doesn't do anything too great? Does it have a massive dump? What could we see happening here for BTC? Well, the bearish scenario is somehow, some way you make this bearish and go, you know, this becomes a tweezer top. Well, I guess you had a tweezer top right there on the daily, which is kind of bearish. We did have tweezer tops on the daily, like something I kind of almost, you know, you can see that. That's usually pretty bearish. So you can't be upset if you see us retrace here somewhere back to this 786 113. It would be nice if we stay above 114,000. And again, that 4 hour may pump. Like, I don't know. We're in a very precarious situation right now. But you have to just keep it in the back of your mind that it may not do everything, you know. That's all. Could make the right shoulder and dump to the downside. So it's not all amazing. And I see some sketchiness here in the chart, right? That definitely has some attending to. So yes. So yeah, I mean, it's a sketchy night to trade. I would stay off of the chart even though the 4 hour looks amazing. We're likely to get sideways price action until we get our futures market open. And even Bookmap is suggesting that they're going to drag us a little lower down to 114,005. And there are a lot of liquidations down there. Again, only time will tell. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to watch this. Where are we tonight? Tomorrow when we show up at 8 p.m. Let's take a look. Or at 8 a.m. in the morning there. Tomorrow at 8 a.m. I'll be live. Let's take a look. And that's going to be at Sunday, 12, 16, 20. Yeah, right? Yeah, 20. So that's at 8 p.m. tomorrow. Where are we? I'm going to draw a green box to speculate where we end up here for Bitcoin. So basically, are we down here? You know, where on this green line are we tomorrow? Honestly, I mean, it looks pretty interesting. Let me take a look at the 1 hour. 1 hour's overbought. Looks like it could curve, but you never know. 2 hour looks like it may roll over too. You can connect these dots here and say you're getting in tighter and tighter too. You know, I'm going to say, and you never know, it's hard to do, but I'm going to say we actually make a move down. We're somewhere right about here when we roll over. And we're somewhere right about here when it's time, when I go live tomorrow. So that's what I see happening for Bitcoin. I would not overtrade tonight on a Sunday night. It's never been on a Saturday night. It's never been my favorite night to trade. You can scan altcoins with Bitcoin going sideways. I wouldn't be surprised, but Bitcoin might start to kind of roll over a little bit too, which could kind of pull your altcoins down. Bookmap's also suggesting that we're going to go a little lower, not huge, but maybe a little lower, 114.9, 114.5, something like that. Crack through 115. Anyway, my left knee is in a lot of pain, and I'm attempting not to overuse it every single day. Let me take a look back here at the fan funding and make sure I didn't miss a thing. From my lifers, can you comment on Quant, please? I think Quant's a good project over time. I just think it lacks a lot of marketing, people to care about it, and it's so old that, I don't know. Right? I put it out a few times in the last few years, and it's made some 27 or something % gains. Like, we hit the gains too. I'm not even, I'm not complaining about it. It just, Quant hasn't been like age-old, amazing. I mean, it pumped nicely from the bottoms, right? But it got rejected where? At the 200 moving average in the 4-hour and below the 21. So, like, if you're bullish, this thing is going to make some type of sideways price action between the 21 and the 200. And then it's going to break further to the upside. They're somewhere at 111,067, okay? So this is something that could actually happen here for BTC, all right? For Quant. Take its time, though, all right? But I could see Quant slowly making a comeback. Does that mean it's amazing? No. It's just something that I could see happen. That's all for Quant. So there we have it for BTC and the likelihood of the rest of the market. Thoughts on Epic? Epic Chain, right? I've liked Epic with these higher lows. It bounced, it's similar. Let's take a look here. Got to look at it on the daily. Came up on the stochastics with a bounce. I don't love the market structure at all, right? At all. It looks a bit awkward. Falling wedge here that could break further to the upside. And it did. You just have to assume that it would make another flag, on somewhere in the 4-hour, So I'd look for the 4-hour to flag out here. And if it can do so, it's likely going to continue to the upside. And yeah, that sends Epic Chain back to 286, and we'll go from there. Doesn't look amazing, but it does have a little more going for it here after that initial bottom. And it could definitely do damage over time. That's a great way to see if it's going to play ball or not, if it can fill the consolidation. If not, then it can't handle it. But if it can, then yeah, you may have yourself a winner. Bitcoin losing the 5-minute 200 moving average. Sketchy night to trade. I gave you all the information I could for Bitcoin. It's up to you. Everyone, I love you. I'm going to jump out of here for the night. May God bless each and every one of you for kicking it with me and being amazing. Thank you so much for all the awesome super chats, sand, mana. We got underground crypto. You can't change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight, 100%. Yep. Like if you were headed somewhere, it's going to take a year, and you can't change the fact that you might, still be headed there, but with a different trajectory. But the thing is, you can change your direction. Like you can decide, you know what, today I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to go this way. And start going on a completely different way. He said, can you check XMR and Farcoin? Is it bears to get one rate cut? Or no. It should be good either way. I'm just hoping for a double whammy. But it should be good either way. Monero USDT, the only stable coin left in the game, basically, really. It came down and bounced off of the 786, right? And then technically holding its levels, textbookly, accurately. Previous support is resistance here. And you got yourselves a bit of a cup and handle, right? That could break to the upside. mean, if and when you get above that 200 moving average, it's likely this thing's going to pump to about $511. So it looks bullish to me. XMR, right? And then he said Fartcoin, which is making a bit of a comeback here. I'm interested to see what could be happening. They do have the perpetual too, which is pretty much the same thing right now. I mean, so we had this original flag that looked great. We pumped out of it, pumped back down, but you can kind of see that we're still inside this trajectory here. And I expect to bounce back to the top of this channel. So, you know what I mean? And then back to this resistance area. That's what I expect is likely going to happen here for Fartcoin. So I would definitely, you know, you get above that 200, you're gone at least back to $1.60, right? $1.50 area. So I wouldn't be surprised. And that's my prediction there for Fartcoin. All right. Sam, please, TA for my super chats. AE. Supersonic. I think we did, though. Didn't we do that? Welcome to the exclusive lifers. Hey, Sammy, I did. Yeah, we got them all. Everybody, I love you. I'm going to jump on out of here. Don't long just because I longed. Don't do whatever I do. Watch the markets. Pay attention. It's not always lovely out here. Be careful. I love you. I'll see you all tomorrow with another beautiful, amazing morning live stream and a night one. And we'll be back to kick it with you every single day. Thank you for 100,000 subs again. I really, really appreciate the plaque, man. It's amazing. We did it. We got the plaque by YouTube, man. It's pretty legit. So solidifies me in history, man. It is what it is. God bless everyone. You did it. You know, that plaque is for all of us. I appreciate it. God bless you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.